So right now we got reports coming out that Hector Garcia feels like Tank Davis is going against a formidable opponent in Frank Martin. He feels like Frank Martin's a very good fighter, but he feels like he's gonna get knocked out. Honestly, he feels like the power is gonna be too much. A lot of people feel like Frank Martin is going to get stopped. Um, it's a lot of people saying it's gonna be a knockout. So for him to be able to last 12 rounds in this fight is gonna be a huge challenge. It's a lot of pressure put on this guy to stop somebody. And with Tank Davis, with the way he's been out the ring, I know he feels like he wants to put on a good performance and leave a great impression on the fans and go for the knockout, which would be very impressive. I feel like he's at the top of his game right now. He's in very good shape. He's comfortable. He's talking. He's in his basically, he's not in a shell no more. That's one thing I can say. Like Tank being himself, let him be himself. If he's being himself, that's what we want. We don't want the made up stuff, put together. We want a real opponent in Tank Davis that comes out and lets everyone know that he's the real deal. Now, if they're not looking at Tank Davis as a guy who can come out and close a show, then obviously people are not familiar with him. But with Hector Garcia saying that, it's a big deal. It's definitely a big deal because Hector Garcia, he's been in the ring with Tank. He knows the power compared to other people, the way the fight played out, and with him possibly going up to 135 right now after losing his belt to Lamont Roach at 130, it's gonna be a huge challenge. I think Lamont Roach fights at the end of this month, so it's gonna be a lot going on. But it's definitely something to think about. It's a lot of people putting their eggs in Tank's basket as far as a knockout. And I say, I have second thoughts about that thing because he um he shouldn't be an opponent that is, basically labeled as somebody who's going to get knocked out. I don't feel like those challenges are really something that I want to be you just talking bad about. This is a guy that Tank Davis picked, so for somebody to sit up here and say that a guy he picked is going to get knocked out, it's not really a good sign overall, knowing what he's done in his career. It's not really a good sign. Just saying, you know what I'm saying? By the time Canelo got the Triple G, he wasn't really just knocking out everybody. He didn't knock out Triple G. So I'm kind of looking for an opponent that's kind of challenge Tank Davis in that situation. Ever since we've been watching boxing for years, we've been watching guys to see what level they can go to. We don't see guys who's undefeated like Floyd Mayweather. Even when Floyd Mayweather was an older guy, he fought all the legends. Some people just wanted to see him fight Canelo, but others wanted to see him lose because they thought Canelo was going to be a bigger challenge. The size was going to be a difference. But in most situations, we don't really watch boxers to see if they're going to lose. We just want to see guys challenge, especially if they're the best. If you're the best in the game and you're putting on the biggest fights, we don't want that guy to lose his star power just over a situation, unless it's a style matchup that we just don't agree with, that we feel like it's just too much at this time. And certain situations kind of prove that. But overall, I feel like in this situation with Tank Davis, he has to get a knockout. He has to. Too much pressure being put on him from the outside. Then you got past opponents saying that they think that he's gonna KO. They think he's gonna KO the guy. I don't know if Frank Martin's gonna be an easy guy to KO. I will have to. That's kind of difficult, bro. Like these days, I don't really say a guy's gonna get KO'd because that's saying a whole lot when you really say a guy's getting KO'd. It really says a whole lot about a situation. We're trying to find guys to fight the best and not guys who we feel like that's gonna get KO'd. So with that situation, I don't know. Hopefully he comes out and has his best fight. But right now, everybody's not too confident about uh, a Tank Davis loss as far as against Frank Martin because as far as the professionals, a lot of the fans they think it's 50-50. They feel like Frank Martin's did enough. But a lot of people feel like he's gonna get knocked out. They feel like Frank Martin's gonna get knocked out, and Hector Garcia, he agrees. Can't really disagree with him because he knows better than anybody. He's been in the ring with him, so that's something I would go with. A lot of professionals have said that, so that's kind of what I was leaning towards. But I feel like Frank Martin is a very good fighter. He can sneak in and do some things and challenge himself and challenge Tank as well. So it's all about willpower at this point. But I'm glad Hector Garcia gave his honest thoughts on the situation and not gave a PC answer. That'll help the fans kind of determine, and it'll help fight week out as well. But that's all I got. Like, subscribe.